Come on, buddy. That is a lovely brown trout. That is spectacular. There you go. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm on the river today. I'm in Mount Beauty. The Kiewa River's behind me. So is the caravan park. It's absolutely boiling. That's why I'm doing the intro in the shade here. It's about 31 degrees on the car, so it's very hot. Good thing about this river, it's a tail race. So the water comes out of the pondage and it's nice and cold. And that's why I can wet wade today. So I'm just gonna push up through here. Fish some dries, nymph under dry, fish a single nymph. There are quite a few rafters going down the river, so it'll be interesting. It may push the fish into some of the pockets and they may not be in some of the shallow stuff where I'd like them to be, because they'll be easiest to catch there, but we'll see. So I'm gonna jump down here and have a little fish up through town and bring you along for the ride. So let's do it. Alrighty, a few rafters I think are coming down, people in the river, but I reckon we should be able to catch a few. I mean, it is a Sunday, so got my nymph under dry rod here. Just gonna throw nymph under dry off this shelf, see if I can get one. If I don't get one here, I'll have to nymph the main bit, the deeper slot there. Should really be one through there. The spot I really wanted to fish has some people with their dogs down beneath me, so terrible cast, Tom. Okay. Putting the nymph under dry rod away. Is a shame. We've had a lot of traffic through here, so I mean that is the ideal spot here where you'd normally pick up a few fish in this river. But I'm just gonna have to fish a bit wider, I think. Oh. Yeah, I can see them. May just make a fly change while that's happening. Interesting. Will they still eat? That is the question after this. What do we think our chances are?
Slim. Think about it. You had the son and the father go
twice. They went down twice.
And then you just had 4 people go down. Like that's a lot.
And they went down the main chute. They didn't even come down the side. We'll see. Hey, the fish are there and they got to eat. They eat, they mate, and they survive. It's all they do in their life.
Simple beings.
Yeah. What, sorry? I mean, if we can get one to eat, we may have to go down low. There he is. Had to be one in there despite all the rafters. Nice little fish. Taking extra care with this one because I don't know how many I'll get through here. Nice little rainbow trout. It flies out. Alrighty. We found one. It's a success.
Time to go.
Yeah, maybe. Let's wrap it up there. Yeah, they still got to be there. Make a fly change here. In there? Yeah, we can do it. Should we do that after, you reckon? Alright. I mean, maybe those little rainbows are still in here, in these edges. I'll worry about that far side over there a little later. I'll just sneak up this left first, just because it's easier wading. That way I'm not trampling all up and down through the water. Very funky currents here. The water's really turbulent here. It comes out, it doesn't look that fast, but it pushes a lot because the dam is literally, you can see the sign for the outflow there. Should be one up here. Dropping off this ledge, surely. Oh, that was one. Clean missed him. Absolutely balls that up. Let's hit up some of these far pockets. Whoa. Where's the E? Can't believe I didn't get one there. That's ridiculous. Oh, I just can't believe I haven't caught one in here. Maybe a little bit light there, but I might come back to that with a 3.5mm bead instead of a 3. Surely. This mustn't be hitting depth. That's all I can think right now. Ugh. I feel like there should be one in there. Maybe not that high. Surely in that little crack there. Gosh. Probably one of the best casts I ever made in my life, and I didn't get a fish. It went right up the back of that crack there. Huh? Put a little bit more weight on here, we'll see if that helps. I'm just trying to actually free my drift up a bit. I'm not fishing as tight to my flies as I could. I'm expecting the fish to be touchy, so I don't want to be dragging them through. Don't want my flies being dragged through because it's just not a nice presentation. Not after them getting pummeled all day by boats. There's one. That's a brown, I reckon. Better fish. Brown or a nice rainbow? Can't tell. Wading in these running boat shoes is not easy. I just want to get that fish up above me here. Because it's much easier to land him. Come on, buddy. His head up. There he is. A nice brown, despite all of the rafts going over his head. He was still there to be caught. Oops, settle down, mate. And he looks like he's been caught before. There's a lot of trauma around there. Not caused by me. There you go, mate. Alrighty, I think we actually lost the footage on the camera Greta's holding because it's just too hot. It overheated in the heat there. Oh no, I just missed him. throw it back up at him. There's another one. Well, maybe they've just reset a little bit, it feels like. Maybe. We'll see. They're such strong fish because they're used to living. This is like almost as low as you see the river. Like, this is very low for this time of year. So they're used to fighting in the current all year long. So they're really strong. It's like a few other fish are like that in Australia. The tumit fish, very, very strong for the same reason. But these rainbows, yeah, they're little bullets. There he is, what a lovely fish. Oop. There we go. And these fish are just eating a little heron partridge there with a rose gold bead. Got him there. That was just as I went to jig it. Another one ate it. He's a small one. I'll pop him. Nice. Ah, yeah. Come here, buddy. Ooh. There he is. Good to see that they come back so well. They recover. The boats have been going over them. The rafts. There's obviously a few in this little slot here. There's another one. A slightly better one. It's been good to show you this because, as you would have seen down when I started, I was a bit dismissive, not happy with the rafts coming down, which is absolutely fine because they're totally, this is everyone's river. But just persisting, it's only been another 5 minutes or 10 minutes and suddenly we're back catching them. Literally where they just rolled down not 15 minutes ago. That's a beautiful fish again. That's a stunner. Absolute stunner. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, buddy. Come on, hop up on there. Alright. We keep kicking up through this little spot because there's a few of them here. Nice bit of shade, nice bit of sun. There he is. I missed him. I was so late as well. Well. There's a few here. They're like right on this. They're like on that seam there where I've just cast up. We can fish up another brown somewhere in here. Let me get in that pocket there. That's the one I wanted. Right. Keep pushing up. We've got another 2 more nice bits of water. We've got this bit and then that bit, and we'll probably wrap up. There he is. That was a lovely eat. Little bopper again. It's so cool that there are so many wild rainbows like that in here. There are many more rainbows than browns in here. Always nice when you find yourself a little honey hole. There's a nice little nook up here. Should be some fish on this edge. Should be a fish on the edge. But it would not surprise me if there's not one, because this hasn't fished how I'd expect. They're all a bit, there's one. They're all a bit jumbled because of the rafts going over them. Essentially, I don't think it stops them eating, as you've seen, but I think what it does is it just pushes them out of, you know, spots where they were. They just sift into other areas. There he is. So, I mean, and what it's probably done, what I think it's done, probably put off the better fish, push some of the better fish out, and they're, you know, they might be shitty and sulking, but the small fish are just really like seizing the opportunity to be in some of the better spots. Just chuck that into a grass mat there. Awkward drift, it's kind of coming towards me a bit. Oh, I missed him. Very awkward because it just wasn't flowing, it was just almost drifting away from me a little. That was such a bizarre take. Very bizarre take. What markings this guy has. That is so amazing. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. How stunning are his markings? That fish is beautiful. Alright, let's throw a few more up here, see if there is a better one. People often say I catch a lot of small fish, and that's it's quite true, because I love catching any fish. But I always say to people, you just got to sift through them. You want to catch good ones, like I've caught a number of really nice browns on this seam here, but sometimes they're not there and the small ones are there. And just fish well, try and fish well. I'm not fishing super well today. Try and fish well and you'll just catch what's there. And some days you'll catch good ones, some days you'll catch small ones, some days you don't catch anything, which happens as well. That was such a good take. Wow, he did not fight at all. Did not fight at all. See, these are all spots where some rivers you'd be catching better ones. Like, that's such a brown trout spot where it just slips off the edge in the shallow water. But there's a rainbow sitting there today, so that's okay. Hopefully we can find a better fish in that than some of the deeper water up there. This water I'm fishing is only about 1 meter deep. Not very deep at all. See, that's very shallow where that's just coming off the ledge. Oh, just hooked him on the recast. That's a redfin perch. What are you doing here? That is so bizarre. I've never caught one here before. But they are in the pondage above. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? That was a perch. That was so weird. What's that? That's a nice one. That's a much better fish. Are they what, sorry? No, but they're in the pondage, but you don't normally catch them because they don't like the fast water. So that here, this is the perfect example of sifting through the smaller ones. I've gone small fish, small fish, small fish, and now I finally hooked a better one. Yeah, he's a brown. Well, that's so cool, because that's exactly what we were talking about. Come here, buddy. Oh. Get your head up. Come on. Come on, buddy. That is a lovely brown trout. That is spectacular. There you go. So exactly what we were talking about. We are trying, pop that out. We are trying to, you know, just sift through those small ones. Hit that seam pretty hard. I think there were like three trout and a small perch there. Made the cast a little further to the left, picked up that brown off the ledge. So, you know, that's just how it goes. You can't, yeah, you just got to catch them all, I think. Try and catch, you know, not catch them all, just try and catch as many as you can, or just fish well. Don't worry about catching them, and then you'll you know, you'll just come across the better ones every now and again. All right, so last run, this one here, this is a good one. You could probably fish nymph under dry or straight nymphing, euro nymphing, straight upstream nymphing, but I think I'm gonna upstream nymph just because there's a bit of upwelling. If I fish nymph under dry, that'll put me out of contact between my dry and my nymph. So I'm going to sneak up the side, just flick short casts up here. They should be up on this seam. It's got enough depth that they should have recovered like they have down lower. There's one. It's a nice little brown. Nice brown. Oh no, that poor guy, look at that. Poor guy's blind. Well, he's got one eye. So my drift must have tactically just gone to the left of him. That's ridiculous. Pop this fly out. There you go. See, you can obviously see here the river is very readable. They like the soft water. Don't need to fish too long. There's another one. Like, you can pretty much predict where they're going to be. And when they get pressured by anglers and when they get rafts and swimmers and waders over them, they normally end up in the same spots, which are the softer pieces of water. Come here, buddy. Which are these softer seams, these softer edges. I'll punch through this bit quickly because you get the idea, I think. Should be another one up in here. May need to up my bead size here, my bead weight a little, just because the current's controlling the drift a lot more than I would like. I saw that take. I didn't actually feel that. I just saw my leader go, just because I was obviously put out of contact with my nymph by all this upwelling. That's just awful there. I make the cast there and the flies just drift back towards me, and I miss that fish then. There's another one. Oh. Wow. How am I losing them like that? Probably a bit hard on that fish. I'm also probably just rushing these smaller fish a little bit much. You get the picture. How cool was that take? That's a slightly better one. That's fantastic. Come on, don't swim through all my other fish. Lovely rainbow in the top lip. He won't come off. Oh. That was a terrible netting job. He'll be much better. I wouldn't do that normally. I would normally walk down to net him, but that's a nice little fish. That's a beautiful chunky rainbow. I normally would walk down with him, but I've kind of caught them. I've caught enough, I feel like I don't mind losing them now as much. Come on. Let's get one more to finish on. One more. See, that better, he was the best rainbow in here, and he was in the best spot. He was in the middle of the slack behind that rock. Come on, there should be one deep there. I'm just gonna change my fly, just to try and punch one down in there. So I feel like there should be one there, and maybe a nice one. Just gonna punch thieving caddis down. One of my favorite flies. All right, a couple more casts here. Gone to a 3.5 instead of a 3.2. Also different pattern and bead color, so maybe it picks up a fish that didn't like my herring partridge. And if not, that's okay, because we've done pretty well. Get down, there's just a lot of upwelling in there. There he is. And he is a nicer fish. That's the one we've been wanting in there. I think that's a nice brown. It's a medium brown. That's nice. Well, that's why we made the fly change there. I'll bring him into the camera. That's a nice little fish to finish on. Come here, buddy. There you go. Nice little Kiewa brown trout. That is absolutely awesome. I'll wrap it up there. Before I do, just to give you an idea, there he goes. All the gear I use in this video, you can get at nervouswater.com.au. Use the discount code TOM10 on their website for 10% off everything. The gear I use today, I've got Cortland Braid core level nymph line. I always like the braid core because I feel it's more sensitive, so you feel more bites. I was using, is it here? Cortland 7X Fluorocarbon, really good stuff. Single nymph there. And I was on a Cortland Mark II 10-foot 2-weight, Shilton CR2 reel there. Look, the gear's really simple. It's just about reading the water. So read the water well, persist like I did at the start of the video. You probably sensed I was a bit frustrated because I wasn't catching them, and I probably was. But if you just keep to what you know and just push through the water, keep ticking along, keep fishing the right water, don't worry about the outcome, worry about the process, and the fish will take care of themselves. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you next one. Cheers, guys.